Buenos tardes, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. In the middle of the fucking afternoon. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Ba-ya, orale, ba-ya, orale, ba-ya. Orale, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, Pinche Mozzy and YG, the Kardashian himself, trip out. They made a song, right? Came across my feed. I was tripping out on it. I know the homeboy Dubs V. He actually did a video on this, and I wanted to elaborate and give my perspective on the situation. A song called "How to Rob Rappers." Orale, fuck, you just tell everybody, huh? The feds that are watching, just give them the recipe, homes. Just tell them that out here in Califas, we'll just take down a rapper, right? For everything he has. That's furthest from the truth, homes. Maybe in your mentality, maybe your mind state, Mozzy and YG, but coming from a regular motherfucker that's been on the calles and been in the streets on some real life shit, homes, you know, if you get got, you got. And that's it. Doesn't matter if you're a rapper or what it is. You know, it just depends on who's in the mix at that particular time. And if the opportunity presents itself and they're bajaderos, meaning they're robbers, they're jackers, they're about that life, homes, then you can come up, shout, they'll take your shit, right? Now, this song comes at a time of turmoil. You know, it comes at a time when, and I love rap music. I love hip hop. I love the philosophy behind it. I love the entertainment, the art. I've always, from KRS-One to Big Daddy Kane to South Central Cartel to NWA to DJ Quick, right? To motherfucking Go Toes to Burner to motherfucking Woody Wood, rest in peace, to all the real ones, right? You know, Night Out, Toker, Conejo, Down South, Kid Frost, Lighter Shade of Beachy Brown. That's it. My favorite color, right? That and green. Green some more, well, brown and green. You know what I mean? Mix them up. What do you got? You know what I mean? It looks like mierda, but it's real. So trip out. Let me tell you something about this song. You know, because I listened to it quite extensively over and over again these past few hours. And they're basically giving up the game. Dry snitching. The recipe. Right? I know this song was pre-recorded, of course, because, of course, we all know Mozzy is sitting down right now in the federal system, you know, to which I think he got a year or two for a case. So Mozzy has been incarcerated. So it's not like they dropped this after the PNB Rock incident. This is not a direct song directly associated with that, because at that time that they recorded this song, of course, PNB Rock was still alive. No one knew what the future was going to hold for that individual. We all know now that it was not a setup. We all know now that his old lady had nothing to do with it. What we do know is that a father, son, mother, and whoever else it may be chose to take the initiative to handle their business. Hey, they seen an opportunity. They knocked on the door, motherfuckers answered, and they came in, right? What did Roscoe? They went and got them that Nashville hot. Now, rest in peace to PNB Rock. It's not a laughing matter, and it's not a funny situation, because when you're on the other side of the gun, it still blasts, right? So we know that. But this song, you know, came post Pop Smoke. It came post Nipsey Hussle. It came post Slim 400. It came post Draco the Ruler, right? Young Dolph, and several other rappers that have died. Now, a lot of these weren't robberies. A lot of these you can attribute to you know, some type of internet beef or gang warfare or, you know, other things. You know, maybe someone pinched their fucking old lady on the nalgas. He felt some type of way. He took it to Twitter, I said, and Twitter fingers got to going, and that's what that was, right? Whatever the case may be, with rappers dying weekly now, according to the street codes and what's going on, and people going out of their way to try to get their chains, try to take their jewelry from them, it's not a good look. Now, of course, it's just a form of expression in art. It's a pinchy song. Okay, just like Tyga's song was just a song, but it was slightly derogatory towards Mexicanos and towards the raza, you know, and of course, us being raza felt some type of way, and he made amends for that, took it down, apologized, and the beat went on. Whisper shit, right? In this case, you have Mozzy, who's really from the calles, really from that motherfucking Zilla gang, really from Oak Park Bloods, right? And then you have YG from Bompton, who's definitely a representative of what they got going on there. Now, of course, I ain't gonna lie, YG, you used to have me on some real gangster shit, man. And then when you started dressing up like Kim Kardashian, I had to go a different route, right? But that's just me. You know, it just was not a good look. You know, but I understand you did the walk of shame, you know, to be about your thing. That's understandable. Now, here's some knowledge you can't get in college. With everything that's going on right now, you tell me, people, and I pose this question to you: do you think it's a good look to be rapping about how to rob rappers? Okay, what it does is it alienates California from everyone else. These are two well-known California rappers. Song.How, two, say it with your chest. Real motherfuckers in the streets that are well-known and have a lot of respect, right? I know Mozzy for a fact. I know who Tim is actually and factually, right? So these guys to have this much clout and this much credibility to be making a song like this, I could understand where they took the narrative of what's going on in the streets and twisted it into a song. You know, because if this shit wasn't going on, it'd be a good song. Anything with Mozzy on the track with YG is going to go. That shit's going to go, right? But on Gang Gang, what you need to understand is people are looking at it a different way. My take and my perspective on it is it's just, now I'm a firm believer in being real, but I think this was just a little too real. I think there was a lot of dry snitching involved, because it's different if you say, man, rappers are getting knocked down in Cali, they're getting took for their shit, whoop de whoop, que la chingada, wap de wap, right? However you want to phrase it. But when you're giving the recipe to these youngsters that are heavily influenced and easily influenced, especially by the hip hop community and culture, it's not a good look, because it's on you. You're making it all right to rob and kill these rappers. Not necessarily just rob them, but how to kill them as well. Oh, we're going to set you up like this. This is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to. You're basically letting the administration, the feds, the cops, whoever the case may be, the black guys, in on the little intricacies and the secrets of how it could go down and what it could be and should be according to your agenda. Oh, we'll take you for your stones, your 40K, this, that. Have my manager hit your manager, hit you up for a track. You come this way where I'm at, my little homeboys lay you down. You're giving them the whole recipe, yes? Shit, you might as well tell them how to smoke a blue. Fuck good, tell them. Since you're telling them everything else, don't put it in the foil and puff it, right? Look, in the world we live in now, that's heavily gang influenced, heavily influenced by the hip hop culture, heavily influenced by all these different movements that are springing up from the fucking bushes. The best thing to do as a people is to spread positivity and not negativity. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. I don't know about you, so I represent West Side, but one thing I will say is I do got love for the East Coast, right? The West Coast, East Coast beef that was brewing since way back, since the beginning of hip hop. Okay, there was always that element of beef there, that element of competition. It was more competitive than it was, I'll kill you and take your shit, right? LL Cool J had all the donkey chains. He didn't have to worry about going back to Cali and getting his shit snatched up. It was all embracement and love. Slick Rick, that motherfucker wears a fucking a rim on his chain. He didn't have to worry about it. Still doesn't, or does he? One never knows. Does one? But he was grooving in that motherfucker, right? Telling a teenage love, right? He was doing his thing. Then times changed. Of course, you had the NWA era, and of course, you had Public Enemy and things of that nature. And of course, there was that lightweight beef that was going on between the East Coast and West Coast. Like I said, it's always been popularized. It's always been out there. It's for the media to push an agenda. For those of you that don't know, I can get real motherfucking real gangster with this shit, right? I know my historia. And then, of course, one of the most biggest beefs that we ever had was West Coast versus East Coast. You already know, man. Death Row Records, Bad Boy Records, Biggie, Pac, to which they're both deceased. Rest in peace to both those individuals. They lost their lives over a beef. Now, whether it was actually pertaining to exactly that beef, people are always going to see it that way. We know there was a little bit more to it, especially in the Pac case. But Biggie definitely went to LA and got schmizzo, right? What you're doing, Mozzy and YG, what they're doing is alienating all these different states and all these artists from coming to LA. See, first it was, you got to check in. You're telling another grown man that he must check in or his safety is in jeopardy. Well, let me tell you something, Holmes. It don't matter if you check in or check out, Holmes. You're never safe, Holmes. You always got to have your shit on swivelization. That's why these motherfuckers keep bodyguards, Holmes, and all this and that, because they already know what time it is. See, you never hear Common and you never hear Talib Kweli, and you never hear all these rappers getting robbed, Holmes, because they be rocking a little string chain with the little fucking banzai in the middle. They know better, so they do better. It's not their stilo. But everyone that wants to be sporting all this new jewelry and all these chains, and it's cool to have a piece, man. When you've earned it, it's an accomplishment. You feel good about yourself, like, man, this is something I really rocked for, something I strived for. It's my style. I did that. It's personalized for me. Yes, right? But other motherfuckers is like, no, bitch, right? I need that. They need that. The meltdown is real. The schmeltdown is real, right? And they're definitely going to go out there and try to get that. Now, when you got this saying of we'll rob rappers if they come to the state of California, this is how we get down over here. You're letting everybody know, Holmes, that yes, this may be the get down, Holmes. California may be a little bit thuggish, ruggish with it, but that's belittling every other state, thinking that now they're going to say, okay, oh, that's how you want to play. Well, Mozzy, if you come into Atlanta, right, we're going to lay you down. Or YG, if you slide your ass over to New York, we're going to hit you with $150 one time, right? Now you got people, it's causing division in the hip hop game. It's making people think that California is against everyone, Holmes. And that leaks onto the streets. See, it's not all about rap, bro. Wrap that shit up. Mail it, right? It's not all about rap all the time. Okay, I know that hip hop is probably one of the most heaviest influencers in the game, and it's been like that. Everybody rocked Raiders when NWA was doing it. You know, everybody motherfucking had gold teeth in their mouth when Biz Markie was doing it. You know, everybody fucking had the what's that called? The bust downs when fucking Rick Ross was doing it. I mean, it's a very heavy influence in culture, style, everything. You know, if Kanye West is wearing fucking moon shoes, well, guess what? There's going to be some baboso on the corner rocking moon shoes, right? Trying to run from the serial killer in Stockton. You just know what it is, right? But one thing I will say is the fact that when Mozzy and YG are spreading these type of songs, it's like propaganda, Holmes. It leaks to the streets. Now you got a whole bunch of youngsters in the streets saying, yeah, that's right. These motherfuckers done gave us the whole recipe. So that's how you do it, huh? Yeah, tell me more, right? You know what I mean? They're on the grease shit, right? And now what happens is they start to believe and they start to consume this music, and it starts to ingrain and indoctrinate into their mentalities, and they start to believe that they're more better or more superior than other people from other states. Well, let me hit you with a news flash. You ready? The wind's blowing. The wind's blowing, the orbs are flying. Are you ready? Watch out. There's hitters from everywhere. People are feeling the same damn way. You come to my hood, Holmes, I'm gonna take everything you have. And so I'm gonna take the peanut butter and the jelly, right? Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. They're on that shit, right? I'm gonna take your bitch. Fools, the knockalization is real. That's the word of the day, the knockalization. The knockalization is real, okay? This one song can be a catalyst. And I ain't gonna put too much on it. It's a fucking rap song, right? But this one song can be the catalyst to declaring guerra, war, with other states. Because people look at it that way. You know, when this shit happened with PNB Rock, Fat Joe chimed in all the way from New York. He had something to say about it. You know, people always have something to say because they look at it, everyone has different opinions and sees different angles, right? So everyone's going to have their own fucking, be very opinionated and speak how they speak on it. Now, I know Mozzy, being from the streets, being a real hood motherfucker, bro. Sacramento, stand up. Sacramento's different. I done told motherfucker, don't go to South Sac, Iraq, man. They'll blow your whole top off and nothing but your top off, so help them God, right? That's how they get down. War zone, real life war zone, right? Baghdad shit, bombs over. These vatos live by their street code and their street politics, and that's Sacramento shit, Hums. But when you got a real rapper that's creditable from there, and he's speaking on how to rob rappers, that's basically saying any rapper that goes into the Sacramento area can get got by his little homies because that's their get down. That's what they're doing. Now, YG coming from Compton, of course, Bompton, and all the hub city, all that surrounding area right there, LA, you know, all the way from the Valle on back to the IE, all that down south, Southern California. You know what I mean? How does that do say gangland, the other side, this other side, or whatever he says, right? Swifty. That over there, they're really with them activities. They're really with the business, right? But when you're voicing it and making it be known and letting it be heard to everyone, you're basically threatening these rappers. And so now they're going to come and go on the offensive rather than the defensive. They're going to come like, shit, try to take my shit. We're going to take you to the AWACS. We're going to do it just not. People feel different ways. It's just not a good look. And here's the number one thing about those. You guys ready? Wind's blowing. I'm ready, right? Yeah, you'll hold. Trip out. You're giving the recipe to the placas. That's dry snitching, homie. Any motherfucker from the calles will tell you that. When you're explaining exactly how to do it, when you're explaining exactly what's going on, Holmes, it's not a good look. Okay, PNB Rock lost his life. He had a lot going on. Yeah, he was a little flamboyant, a little arrogant. That comes with the territory, Holmes. He's a rapper, he's a producer. He's making money, or he was, cuz, right? He's making money and all that. Bad bitch, whip, you know what I mean? Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, you know what I mean? He's doing his thing. He was taking some cutthroat chances and he got his throat cut, right? You know, he was places he shouldn't have been, and you know, maybe if he knew better, he would do better. But he didn't make his next move his best move, and what happened was he got. Okay? So when something happens like that and it's world news, and then of course you had Pop Smoke, man, who fucked up and was posting stacks of money, and they seen his address and they pulled up and popped on Pop Smoke, right? That was a big loss. Then of course you had the Draco the Ruler incident. And all these different incidents, people are going to start seeing as one thing. Rappers from out of state or even within their state being robbed. You're saying in the song, we kill and rob rappers around this motherfucking camp. How to do it. Here's look at, sit down. We're going to give you guys the whole manuscript on how to do it. So we know you ain't never robbed a rapper, right? But this is how you do it. Come on, man. Does this look like a game song? This is how we do. No, this is how some people do. Real ones. Motherfucking cutthroat gutter motherfuckers that are out there in the streets trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Them are the type of individuals out there robbing people. You're going to instill this and indoctrinate this educational song for educational purposes only into a whole bunch of young gang members and a whole bunch of young cutthroats that think that, hey, this is what we do now. This is the new trend. This is the new get down. Now it's been happening. We know it's been happening, but why alienate all the people that look just like you, black and brown, right? Sprinkle in a few whites because I got you guys backwoods, right? You're alienating your own people that look just like you, Holmes, basically declaring war against everyone else. It's not a good look. It definitely ain't. You know what I mean? It's something that as two well-known rappers from California, man, should know better. But I understand. They've seen the art in it. They've seen the music. And you got to understand this song, like I said again, Mozzy is sitting down in the Fed. So it was pre-recorded prior to the PNB Rock incident. So they didn't know how close this was going to touch home. But it did. Okay, it's something that you have to think about dropping after an incident like that takes place where a rapper actually got murdered over his jewelry in LA. It's like, maybe we shouldn't put that out because that's gonna, you know, this is like putting fuel on the fire. But no, people see it as perfect opportunities to clout chase, to get money, to get that bag. Hey, we're just gonna drop something real controversial. Controversial rap songs have always been dropped throughout the years. Diss songs, no Vaseline, just a match and a little bit of gasoline. Light 'em up, burn 'em up, flame on. To that Jerry Curl's gone. Ice Cube said it, fill him up with unleaded. He did that, right? Of course, there was back and forth, tit for tat, tats for tits. And then, of course, man, that all simmered down and eventually everyone kumbayas and they're friends again. You know, some people don't make it that far. The streets will swallow you up whole and spit you out, you know? That's just the way it is. The way these streets are now, killing has become normal. The normality of it is vicious. It's different. Motherfuckers are getting hit every day, homes. When you're putting out a song like How to Rob a Rapper, you're basically telling all these rappers, informing them that if you come to California, homes, you better do this. And then it's like, unless you check in with Swifty. If you get your certificate for the week, coming with that certificate, you go to Knott's Berry Farms, Disneyland, Universal Studios, get a mamon from a piruja in the corner right there in South Central, and get a free dime of rock. The winner is, right? So make sure you go get your fucking, look, I'm promoting with Swifty, see? Who says I'm looking for the raza? I'm promoting it right now. Make sure you get your certificate, then you'll be good in every hood. I promise you. Or do I? One never knows, does one. But that's what he says. Anyways, read the fine print. You know what I mean? Because that's gay. Come into your theater near you. Anyways, that's my fucking opinion on this song. How to Rob a Rapper. I don't think it's a good look. Good song, not a good look. Shout outs, respects to YG as well as Mozzy, man. Sitting down doing his time like a true motherfucker does, right? I ain't mad at you. At the same time, I do think it's something that's not a positive look for your people. I don't think it's a positive look for any people. And to all you gente out there, man, that are misinformed and gonna think that, oh, dad, this that shit, man. They dropped that shit. Yeah, they dropped. It's that shit. All right, it's shit. It's shit. You know. Anyways, with that being said, hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia. Reading between lines, homes, seeing the shit for what it is. A lot of this shit is placed in our communities, homes, for division. You haven't seen it yet? Oh, man, it takes motherfuckers like me to show you. Malcolm X tried to show you. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Martin Luther tried to show you. Boom, boom. Gunner Gun tried to show you. Clearly, clack, 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 clack. I already know what's coming, man. But I ain't worried about it because what? I'm going to stand here firm, 10 toes down in the concrete, man. For the people, by the people, is what we have to do. I guess some of us got to make sacrifices in life. I'll be looking down at you guys like Orban. I'm just getting my orb out like, bitch, I told you. After them, I miss my mornings. Right? The gun. Bang, bang. In that motherfucking fashion. Double up.